Welcome to episode 14 of the Rebel Rundown. This is Hayley Adams, I'm Ben Collins, and today we're going to be getting into what's been happening in the last month in the gym. We've had the CrossFit Open, and then we're going to get into some things that we've also got coming up, and then do a little segment where we do some rapid fire questions. What is it? Would you rather?
Would you rather? Yeah. So we'll start with an open. Well, we'll do our normal recap. We've got an open recap. Then I thought it would be fun to do a bit of would you rather. Got some funny questions, and just so that you guys can, have a think about some of these random questions too, and create a bit of conversation in the gym about some of these questions as well, because they're all pretty funny and random CrossFit related, but that should be fun. So yeah, CrossFit Open's done. Thank goodness. It was actually pretty good this year. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it was good. I did like that for the most part. They were like, we had two workouts, the first one and the last one, where most people could have a good crack at it, and a lot of people could do it as prescribed. The middle workout was obviously a little trickier, but there's still lots of people that could do it RX'd and just see how far they got.
Yeah.
And some people, I think we had some first bar muscle ups in there, or like Riss did the first time doing them in a workout.
We definitely had lots of first chest to bar pull ups.
Yeah.
And
people thrust being weights they haven't really ever done before in workouts.
I think it was pretty good. We're going to delve deeper into what we thought of the programming in a little bit, but overall I think it was pretty good. And we had 39 people signed up officially, which was awesome. Everyone they put their best effort in every week, and I think majority of our members were pretty happy with how the Open went for them. They felt as though they were proud of themselves, and they, achieved something that they didn't think that they could before. So overall a success. It was pretty well run in here. Me and Ben, we did the Saturday mornings for the 3 weeks in a row. Everyone was super I don't know what the word
helpful.
is.
Yeah, helpful. I think that was...
Yeah, they responded well to the way it was run, and they helped us out so that it was all ran really smoothly. So, yeah. Yeah,
that was a big standout for me, was just people were really, really positive about it. I don't recall having one moment where, anyone was really negative or frustrated or anything like that. And then people were so willing to come in and help, especially on the morning after the Friday Night Lights, majority of those people who did the workout,
they were still here,
came in. They're here early. They're helping judge, change plates. That was probably the trickiest thing through the Open, was having 2 workouts in a row where we had to have 3 different weights on the barbell, and so there was some logistical challenges there, but everyone was really, really awesome with it. I think we had I only think of one person where we had a little slip up with getting their plates loaded for them in time, which was Lloyd, and he probably missed out on a couple of reps at the very end of a workout. But outside of that, it was everyone was on. Alfie on that last week was awesome. He just came in just to help change plates pretty much, and he was on it. So that side of the Open was awesome. People's attitude, willingness to help and support.
It just shows what the Open's really about. As much as it is about trying to get the best out of yourself and being in this competition, yada yada yada, seeing who's the fittest, whatever. It's also just about getting around each other and our community. People had, clearly everyone like me has FOMO when they're not when they don't have to be here. I was to Ben, I'm no, I'm going to be there every Saturday. I don't care if I'm working or not. And it was the same, Steve, Neil, Karen, they all were in here at 7 a.m. the next morning after the Friday Night Lights, because it's just fun. So it just shows what the Open's all about. And I think lots of people who didn't do it, they saw how fun it could be. So I'm sure that they'll be keen to give it a go next year, because it's, not that intimidating, and it's much more fun than it is scary.
It's kind of like social sport. That's what it reminded me a lot about, because, people, if you're into playing social basketball or something like that, this is, if you do CrossFit, you can do it for your general health and fitness. there's the sports side of it, and whether that's local comps, in-house, the open, that's kind of what it is. And yeah, I really like that aspect of it. So
Yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, let's finish our monthly recap, and then we're going to come back to the open. So we also celebrated the gym's 14th birthday, so that was linked into the middle of the open. We had the Friday Night Lights event, which was just a big celebration of the gym. So that's cool. How's it feel? 14th birthday?
Feels old.
Yeah.
Nah, it doesn't feel that old, to be honest. Like it goes surprisingly quick, but yeah, it is cool. It's, you know, the coolest thing is just seeing how many people that we've had for, you know, some for pretty much that whole time, and then others, you know, for 3 years, 6 years, 9 years. Like, we've got so many people that have been here for such a long time, and that's really rewarding and nice to feel like, you know, you can provide something that people want to do for that long. So yeah, it was cool. I mean, you know, really the night was definitely more about, like, you know, having that little showcase of members do the workout and just have people catch up socially. And we had great turnout, and people enjoyed the food and all that sort of stuff. So the birthday is probably a bit more of a background thing, but yeah, like, it's a cool achievement. And we did hit Jack in class, which is a hero workout. So that was the first workout that you guys ever did here. So and a lot of members, like, as much as they may, like, a lot of members had done it a few times because Ben has programmed it again many times since then, which was kind of cool. But then also a lot of members had never done it before, and they were like, yeah, that was a cooker. Like, pretty cool to do, like, such an old workout. It's a good work. It's classic, a nice CrossFit. Yeah, real classic CrossFit. To be honest, it's one of the friendlier hero workouts out there. But I don't know. I was hearing some things about it. I've never done it. Yeah, nah, it's good. Like, it's... Yeah. If you don't know what it is, it's like, it's hard, but 20-minute AMRAP. There's a lot of hero workouts that are like... What is it? It's like box jumps, push press. Yeah, kettlebell swing, box jump, push press, 10 reps of each, 20 minutes. So yeah, everyone's guaranteed a good workout. Yeah. So yeah, that was good. It's pretty cool. Like, 14 years next year, 15 years. That's pretty cool. So yeah. We also have started doing Proven for our class programming. So we're doing like a bit of a 2-month trial at the moment, just to sort of see how it fits. So what do you think? Yeah, I think it's been good. It's definitely, like, you know, it's like, at the end of the day, it's just, it's CrossFit, you know, like what we were doing CrossFit, this is CrossFit. It's just, it's got a slightly different feel. There are a few little differences. I think there's a lot of similarities, and so far, like, it's hard to really judge off of a week. You know what I mean? Sort of, we've only done, just over a week, and I know, like, the training this week is quite different to last week, and then the training next week is a bit different again. And so that's why, again, like, we sort of, you know, a month isn't really enough. I think 2 months is spot on. We can get a really good feel for it. So far, I would say it's been really challenging for people. There's been some workouts in there that, have tested people a little bit differently to what I would typically do in the programming. But overall, it's been really good. There's been some, the feedback I've had so far has been really positive. Yeah, same. Even though people are like, oh, I'm a bit sore. Yeah, I think it's been challenging, but, like, everyone's excited about it. Like, they feel like their workouts, I don't know, that I think they're able, like, people are feeling as though they're, like, wanting to push themselves a little bit more. So these workouts are just allowing them to a little bit more, because there's, like, multiple levels, and often they're quite challenging. So like, people are excited, and even the people who don't really care to necessarily push themselves that much, like, the just, like, some of the formats are a little bit different, because, you know, it's nice to just have something different. It's coming from someone else rather than, like, the same brain all the time. So we've had pretty good feedback. So, and it's been really good. We've got the affiliate compete going on as well, and, like, there's a sort of group of members in the gym that are pretty excited about that as well, having
access to more workouts because there's, people like to train lots. So it just allows them to do that with a little bit more guidance. And I think it's been good so far. It has been a little bit like, and it will continue, I think, as we go, like everyone will continue to understand like the different levels and where they, like how they should sort of modify workouts to get the intended stimulus. I've been making sure to like tell all my classes what the intended stimulus is and like ensuring that people still modify further if needed to gain that rather than just like picking a level and then like not necessarily getting the intended stimulus. So yeah, over time, everyone will get better at it and yeah, we'll see how we go.
Yeah, and I think like for me personally, like, you know, there'll be little tweaks and moderations that I make to the program that they release. And, you know, as I get more of a feel for it and get more feedback from members, that's something that can improve as well. Like I know just off the bat, like one thing that stood out to me is like they definitely put a lot more like barbell workouts in there.
Yeah.
Which definitely like some members are going to love, some are going to not love. And even one idea that I've got off the bat is like, you know, if that sort of seems to be a consistent theme, is that I might start putting in some options for like odd objects and things like that, which, you know, allows those people who want to do the barbell a bit more, because I'll tend to like, as a general rule, I'll probably program it into a workout 2 to 3 times in the week. And I like to chuck the odd objects in. Like Proven do 2, but like I reckon they're probably more like 3 or 4 days barbell in the workout. So that's like one little thing that I'm just seeing as a bit of a theme so far. And there's, as I said, there's options that we have, or I have, from moderating things to present it in ways where people don't necessarily feel like they're completely changing the workout, but they can make decisions to suit them a little bit more. And like Hayley mentioned, the levels, I'm refining them as I go. Like Proven will release their levels, and then what I'm starting to do now, and I know I've done it more with next week's program already, is rather than just use their levels, is actually think about what other levels that we really have in our gym that are going to suit our members, and try and have them, be consistent. Like obviously every day is different. So you might follow level 3 one day and you might follow level 2 or 3 another, 2 or 1 another day, but that'll still be present, but trying to really hone in on getting those levels dialed in, so that they're really accurate for our members.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's been good, and like continue to share your feedback with us. Like you can send us a message, or just when you see us in class next, like let us know what you think, and that way we can continue to make it even better. So yeah, I think it's been good. Just a few shout outs. We did mention Alfie. So we had a few LSKD giveaways throughout the Open. So these people, obviously, they already got like a prize and a bit of a mention, but I thought we'd give them another mention just for their contribution to the Open. So Alfie, he came in the last week. He didn't actually even do the Open, but he was there like 7 a.m. Saturday morning. Didn't even say anything. He was just straight out on the floor changing plates. He knew exactly what weight everyone needed on their bar. It was honestly amazing to watch. I was like,
yeah, he was on.
Yeah. And he had to leave early, and then the last heat, I was like, oh my God, where's Alfie? That's the heat that Lloyd, his bar was misloaded in. So Alfie, he really helped us out on that last week. We also had Steve Harvey. He got a little bit of a mention. This is his 14th CrossFit Open, so he's been doing the CrossFit Open as long as Ben has. He's been here since the beginning. He did really great. Friday Night Lights, just got around it, was willing to help me out the next morning as well in class. So Steve-O. And then we have mentions for Karen and Lucy. So both of them, you know, did the Open kind of, they were like last minute. Well, Karen wasn't a last minute sign up. She signed up because I asked her to do the Friday Night Lights, which she agreed to, not knowing that it was like in front of people. She just thought she was just going to do the workout on Friday. But she embraced it. She got around it. She smashed the workout, did them all RX. She actually didn't do the last one because she unfortunately injured herself. But yeah, the first two she just really put herself hard into. And same thing for Lucy. Like Lucy's been here since the start as well. She did all 3 workouts RX, did wall walks all the way to the wall for the first time. So
Yeah.
both of them just smoked it.
Yeah, really, really deserving winners. But there's so many people that
I
just
know, it was hard to choose.
did an awesome job
yeah.
and had great attitudes, and we thank
We
you very
could
much.
sit here the whole hour and just say what everyone did because, everyone did really well. So you should all be proud of yourself if you put yourself out there and signed up and gave it a crack. So, thanks, guys. Okay, back to the Open, which we were already talking about. I thought it'd be cool to sort of break down the workouts, the programming, what we sort of thought of them. Be good to hear like what we thought personally about them, like how we enjoyed doing them, but then also like, how well we thought CrossFit programmed them. So what was your favourite workout of the three?
I probably like the final one as a complete workout the most. But doing them, I think like it's tricky because I probably enjoyed doing the first one the most. I found that one the least painful. And like I did that twice and I was like, I should have gone harder still, which I very rarely finish open workouts feeling like that. But I felt like I pushed a lot harder in the second go, but then I didn't do that much better. I still wasn't that fatigued at the end. But the middle one I hated. But the third workout as a complete workout, I think that was the best test of fitness.
You didn't hate the middle workout because of the workout. You just hated doing it.
I hated doing it.
Yeah.
And
it wasn't a bad workout. Like it was a pretty good test.
For the advanced athletes where they're trying to like help, get to the top 1% and get that all sorted, I think it's a good workout. Just for me personally. Fucking hate thrusters. But
I agree. I think that the first and last ones were awesome because they were super accessible. The last one, had a little bit more skill in it, which made it just like still accessible, but also a little bit more of like a separator, which was cool. The middle one was my least favorite also. I don't hate thrusters, but like that was just my worst one out of the three. Like the gymnastics is rough, but I still thought it was a good test, but it's definitely was the most like limiting for people. Like I think CrossFit have had better workouts in the past with like the same movements like thrusters, pull-ups, bar muscle ups, whatever. That has just been a little bit easier for majority of people to actually get somewhat of a way through. Like we had a fair few members, and it wasn't even in like the RX division, but more I think they should have just chosen a different scale. And like on that, when you're in the scale division, you're not looking for the top 1%. Like I think that they should just find stuff that majority of people can do and like, actually test themselves. Because we had a fair few people like, they just did like 3 minutes and then they couldn't really go any further. Like I thought that was just, and like that would have happened everywhere. Like all around the world, there would have been multiple people in every gym that, aren't quite at a kipping pull-up yet. And there's only so many attempts of a kipping pull-up you can have in 9 minutes. Like,
it's a tricky thing. It is hard to get that right, the balance between it being inclusive.
Like, I feel like they
while
should
also
have
being able to separate, while also having the opportunity for people to do things and unlock things that they've never done before.
I feel like they should have done like jumping pull-ups, jumping chest to bar pull-up, and then a kipping pull-up.
Yeah, they definitely got that. They definitely got that wrong. I don't know why they did a jumping chest to bar at the end, because that's definitely easier than just doing a normal pull-up. But
that wasn't even in the scaled.
Yeah,
that was in the masters. So like that. For like just every other scaled person, it basically went jumping pull up and then kipping pull up. Like there was no.
Yeah.
And then the last one was a chest to bar. So then I guess you have the opportunity to get your first chest to bar. But I think if you've like got a kipping pull up, most people who had a kipping pull up did the RX.
Yeah.
So therefore they had the opportunity to get their first chest to bars on the second lot of. Yeah. I don't know. I just thought it was a little bit silly. But other than that, I thought that it was a pretty good workout. Like. People who did the RX version, like a lot of people got through the kipping pull-ups, and then they had the opportunity to like get their first chest bars in a workout. And then a lot of people also had the opportunity to get their first bar muscle ups, which is always like the open always has something like that. So I thought that was pretty good. But yeah, I definitely think that the last one was the best one.
Yeah, I think it was the most well rounded. I was a little bit surprised, like for the elite people, you know, the longest workout was 15 minutes was the first one, and then for most of them, you know, that second workout's like 5 to 7 minutes, and then the last one, a lot of them are doing that, you know, in under 14 minutes, 10 minutes, etc. And I did think, like, given that they're only doing 3 tests, like one of them could have just been like a 20-minute AMRAP.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall good.
But I don't think it should have been the first one. Like, they shouldn't have made the first one. Like, the first one was good 15 minutes. Like, I think that they could have, if they were going to make a 20-minute AMRAP, like, they needed more than just, like, 2 movements. Although there was 3 in it, but, like, the lunges were kind of a bit...
Nah, you wouldn't want the first one long.
Nah.
That didn't need to be longer.
It's like the last one needed
one
to just be a little bit, like, harder.
Could have
like,
just
maybe
been an
had...
AMRAP. You know what I mean? Almost sort of thing. Like, you know, pretty much keep the same format and just make it an AMRAP type scenario. But... like, whether they needed to do that or not, I just personally, from a programming perspective, I think that having something 10 or less minutes, something around 15, and then something closer to 20, is a good sort of balance of, you know, testing different energy systems and then obviously different movements and weights within that, which I think was pretty good. From a logistical standpoint, it was a pain in the ass having to have 2 workouts with 3 different weights that go on a barbell. I think that was unnecessary.
And that last one was extra tricky too because you had to have 5-foot distances between everything, between the wall walks, the barbells, the rowers.
Which, I mean, look, I don't think that I think from a safety perspective, it's not a bad idea to have that in place. But yeah, once you're then adding in, hey, we've got to have all these plates, and it just, I think they could have been a little bit smarter with how they, organise that, just for affiliates running it. Because, I mean, we're not too bad in here. We're not, like, super tight for space, but we're not also like, hey, we've just got as much room, more than room we need.
Yeah.
There's a lot of gyms out there that are smaller than us and potentially trying to get even more people through these workouts, and especially if you're doing like a Friday night lights, and you can only fit like 5 people in a heat, and you got like 40 to get through.
And especially when it's a 20-minute, although it was quick for the elites, like it did have a 20-minute cap, and like I think out of our 39 or whatever 40 people that did the workout, I reckon maybe like less than 10 finished it.
Yeah.
So like we were going for 20 minutes every time. So it took a while. Like if you're doing that Friday Night Lights, like you'd be there for ages. I also heard a point like that Hiller actually made that 2 weeks in a row, so it's meant to be like accessible, right? Like you don't actually have to do it in an affiliate. Like if you're doing it at home, you don't have
3 barbells. Or
you don't have 3 barbells. Plates. You might not have someone, like you might be able to have a friend there to judge you, but then now your judge is going to be changing your plates, like not actually judging you. Or you might not even have anyone there and you don't have 3 barbells. Like you.
Yeah, and they're not workouts where...
There was 2 of them.
If the judge is changing plates, you can't be doing work. And they weren't, they were workouts where like there wasn't a lot of opportunity.
Well, I saw a comment on...
versus if they had like set rest in there when there was plate changes that would work.
I saw a comment on Bailey Martin's YouTube that someone had commented being like, oh, the judge isn't judging the wall walks because she was changing the plates. And when it's an elite person doing that, their wall walks are taking them like 30 seconds. Like you have 30 seconds to change the plates on the bar. That was hard. Like,
there's little improvements they can definitely make. It's never always just going to be perfect because there's a lot of boxes they're trying to tick. But definitely, like, overall, I think it's good. I probably like that they've headed down this path where, they're not including a max lift.
That was awesome.
I think for the majority of people doing the open, that's a smart thing. It's a safe thing.
And I think they're challenged.
It's logistically easier for affiliates running it. And it really just sort of, it gravitates things toward more like, we're really focused here on your general fitness as opposed to like testing strength. And
I think a lot of people
Yeah.
were challenged, like, strength-wise throughout the workout, like, throughout the events anyway. Like, technically in week 2, there was, like, a more challenging thruster, although it wasn't super heavy for people who do a lot of thrusters. But, like, for the majority, like, it was challenging. Like, that last barbell after you've done all the thrusters beforehand was challenging. And, like, in the last workout too, like, those weights, they weren't, like, the deadlift weight was moderate, but it was heavy for, like, a lot of people. So I don't think it was too bad. Like, you definitely don't need a strength test in the open, I don't think. Like, when it comes to the stages after, like, you're going to find the people who are going to do all the big lifts. And, like, if you put a lift in there, like, sure, there's going to be some outliers, but, like, you know, they can just go max out on any day and get their Instagram video. Like, I don't think it's that important. You know?
Sure.
Leave the strong people to max out on a different day. I like not having a max lift. I think that's good. But yeah, I thought it was good. I like the workouts. What do you think of them compared to last year's? What did we even do last year? We did that clean the snatch burpee one.
Yeah, that
20-minute AMRAP.
similarities to the first week. It was a lot shorter.
I think in a whole it was pretty similar.
Yeah,
like we had that 20-minute AMRAP in the middle.
The
and
last
then
3 years has had a pretty similar kind of trend, you know. So I think it's good.
Last year we didn't have a redo. I liked that.
Yeah.
I think the redos are good. Like, because the open is about, like, you know, being
Not
able
when
to
you're
compare.
doing it like 2 minutes slower.
True. I saw a lot of things on Instagram where people were like saying how many people like got better and less, and there was a lot of people getting less. Mostly the masters.
Mostly it's us older athletes, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it was fun.
Good if everyone's improving.
Yeah. We had fun. I don't know. I thought it was good. So that's it, I guess.
Cool.
Do you have anything else to say about the open?
No, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done to everyone. And
Yeah.
another good standout, which we had a post about, was Al and her.
Yeah. There's a few like that. I was going to make a couple
she
more.
only did every workout once, and honestly, like she said this herself. She probably overpaced.
Yeah.
Every workout. She could have actually ramped it up and gone a bit harder. So, but at the same time, I think that's a very good way to do the workout the first time. Is like almost strategize it a little bit too much, and if you're ever, you know, one of those people that does a redo, then you can be like, okay, I just got to go a bit harder here.
Yeah.
But smart in terms of like you don't like cook yourself in the workout early and then blow up and have just a horrible time. So she performed them very well, and she knows that she could have gone
harder.
Cooked herself.
I think she
bit
knows
more.
next year that she'll be like with another year of training under her belt and like knowing to go a little bit harder. Like I'm excited. But we had a lot of people like that. Like I was looking at lots of people's progressions, and you know, people have gotten a fair few people were a fair bit higher, like worldwide and in Oceania since last year. And then we also had a lot of people do the open for the first time, and I know that they'll definitely do it again next year. So it's kind of fired them up to train and work on their skills that are always, like work on their pull-ups, their chest bars, their thrusters, all the things that are always in the open, so that they can hopefully improve.
Yeah. And Hayley had her best finish in the open too. Best finish.
My best finish.
Yeah,
it was good.
What did you get? 93rd?
Yeah,
worldwide?
93rd. Yeah.
And then 10th in Oceania. So
yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, very good result. She was pretty nervous about it all, but
I thought it was awful.
She did
when
very well.
it comes to the actual season structure, like having these open workouts, which I think for not everybody, like it matters like this, because in other regions, like the open isn't qualifying them for anything, but in Oceania, like if you want to compete at the Torium Pro, the open workouts are qualifier workouts.
Yeah.
So all 3 workouts were important, which was rough. Like it meant that you had to, I've literally never had to do redos of open workouts. Like, but with these, like, I mean, the redos weren't really necessary. I only technically really redid one of them. But in my head, I was like, redos, I have to redo.
It's hard because you just don't know. You know.
Everyone was redoing. Like, there were so many redos.
Yeah, there's a lot on the line for those athletes, and, you know, it's really hard to know how your scores are going to hold up, and you obviously learn more as time ticks on, but a lot of people don't log their results till the last minute.
Yeah.
So you sort of got to be like, well, even if it's a redo and we add 2 or 3 reps or take 10 seconds off, like if you do that each week, you know, that can amount to a bit. So it's a really challenging whole process. And
it was
Hayley's
just
done now. She's had to do a
long.
4th week of
Yeah.
training workouts. We'll actually find out tonight where that sits her, but it's looking good. But it is there's a lot of nervous, anxious energy that gets created around it all because there's a bit on the line,
and it's like 5 days. Like you really only get like
plays on your
2
mind,
days,
yeah.
2 days of like rest every week because Friday the workout comes out and then they're not due until Tuesday. So you've got these like 5 days of just like stress.
And you're not training like normal because you are pushing really hard on these tests, but you always want to make sure that you're not doing anything that's going to jeopardize a redo. So effectively you're hitting like 2 workouts hard a week, maybe getting 1 day of like decent training in, and then the rest is kind of like, just keep sharp, like don't do too much.
I felt like for the last month it's been like we'll start the week on a Thursday. Thursday easy. Friday, hit the workout in the morning and you can kind of train a little bit normal in the afternoon, but like you're pretty cooked, so it's kind of easy. Saturday's like normal training, but like you're doing weird movements because you don't want to do anything that cooks you. Sunday rest. Monday for me was like another Thursday. It was just like basically an active recovery day. Tuesday, hit the redo, and then you can kind of train normal in the afternoon. Wednesday, normal training. Thursday,
but
active
nothing
recovery.
too crazy.
And then start over again. I'm like,
And then you've had a bit of a sore shoulder, so there's been like, let's not stir that shoulder up, you know, in between.
But then at the same time, like we could figure out what movements were going to be coming up. So I was like, well, we kind of want to practice those movements a little bit, but like I kind of can't, like,
It's a tricky period.
But it's done now. So I'm glad that it's done, and hopefully all goes well and
all right.
And go Torian, hopefully. All right, let's do these would you rathers. So they're all very random, and I think they'll be funny to see. And if you like hear one that like I don't know sparks your interest, come tell me what your answer would be. So maybe we'll just take it in turn reading them.
Sure.
But we're both going to answer.
Well, I feel like the second one applies to me more than you. How about I'll ask you the first one.
Nah, because they're all hypothetical. We're all going to answer all of them. They're hypothetical.
Oh, we're doing both, are we?
We're both going to answer all of them.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
so we'll just take in turns reading.
All right.
All right, ready? You can go first.
Okay, would you rather do Fran twice in a row or Murph with an extra heavy weight vest?
I think I'd rather do Fran twice in a row.
Yeah, I've done Fran twice in a row and it is absolutely horrible, but I've never done Murph in a weight vest, let alone a heavy one. So I think I'd actually take Fran twice in a row.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like Fran twice in a row, like there's nothing really saying that you have to go hard.
Yeah, you can sandbag it.
So you could just do it like for fun.
Like if you go super easy on Murph with
It's
a weight,
still
it's
gonna
still
be
going to
hard.
fucking destroy you. So.
Yeah. So I think definitely
right.
Fran twice in a row. All right, ready? Would you rather be able to do 10 unbroken ring muscle ups or back squat 200 kilos?
But not be able to do any gymnastics.
Oh, but not be able to do any gymnastics. Yeah. So you're either good at gymnastics or you're strong and not good at gymnastics.
I mean, I've done more than 10 muscle ups in a row. I've never back squatted 200, so I'd really like that. But at the same time,
yeah, but you wouldn't be
if
able
I
to
had
do
to
any
pick
gymnastics.
from going on from here, I'd take the gymnastics, to be honest.
I'd agree.
Yeah.
I think that being able to do gymnastics and is like, because technically like,
maybe I could back squat 199.
Yeah, exactly. Like, whatever. You could still back squat something decent. Like, and how important is back squatting? Not that important.
Right.
That's good.
Would you rather be able to do burpees for conditioning
Only be able to do.
or echo bike sprints?
I think burpees. Definitely.
Yeah, I guess burpees. You've got a few more variations you can play with.
Yeah.
Burpee.
And like
I do like the echo bike.
But
though.
it says echo bike sprints.
Sprints.
You can't just cruise on there.
Some of these like That's very specific, the burpee. That's not very, but
Would you rather do
I'll take the
burpee box
burpees.
jump overs always?
All right.
Yeah, I think
Sure.
burpees.
Okay.
Your turn.
Would you rather train with Rich Froning for a year or have a one-time private PT with Matt Fraser?
Train with Rich Training for a year.
Yeah, 100%.
That would be so
If
cool.
if I could pick between training with either for a year, I'd pick Rich Froning too.
Yeah, me too. Matt
Sorry,
Fraser,
Matt
whatever.
Yeah.
I would think Rich Training would be awesome. Would you rather do Karen, which is 150 wall balls with a heavy wall ball, or Grace, which is 30 clean and jerks for time with a heavy barbell? So like 20 and 30 pounds for the wall balls and 100 kilos for guys, 70 kilos for girls with the barbell.
To be honest, I probably, for where I'm at now, I'd probably pick the wall balls.
Really? I
Yeah.
would definitely pick Grace.
Yeah. Like, I haven't done 100 kilo Grace, but I've done I think I've done 93 kilo or something, and it was okay. But where I'm at right now, that 100 kilo for 30 reps it would take me a lot longer, and I'd be fucked. I'd be like joints are sore, and
Yeah.
my body wouldn't be happy. Whereas I know I can just chip away at those wall balls, and it wouldn't be too bad.
Do you know what's crazy is they're
What about
going to
you?
do, oh my God, I
You
swear.
take Grace.
Imagine if at Torian they put heavy Isabel. I would die.
Could be. But it'll keep working on the snatches.
I would definitely pick Grace. Like, I think that would be, I feel like, I don't know, Karen is already, I don't love. Like, I'm not bad at wall balls, but like, I'm good at doing wall balls when you can break them up a lot. And like, the idea of Karen is to like kind of try and do big sets. So I guess maybe with the heavier ball, you could just break it up more.
Yeah.
So I don't think it'd be that bad, but if you were like trying to do it fast and not break it up, that would be really bad. So I think I'd choose Grace. If it was like today, what would you rather do? Definitely Grace.
Maybe we should do a heavy Karen and heavy Grace off one day and
See who wins.
see who can go faster.
I think the wall balls would win.
I don't know. Like, you're pretty good on the barbell, but
Yeah, maybe. If it was me, maybe we should do that.
you're pretty
That'd be
good
fun.
on the barbell. I'd have to hustle a bit on the wall. I can just slack off.
Maybe
but
we'll live stream it.
that
You
was
guys
actually
can
the
bet
first
on it.
workout I ever did in this place. Was Karen.
Really?
I'd just been like painting and working for a whole day, and
Well,
we
I'm
had
just
a
gonna
wall
do
ball,
Karen.
and I was just like, I need to do a workout, and
Yeah.
I was just like, just fucking grab ball and do 150 wall balls. So
That's so
it was-
funny.
Yeah,
Classic
but anyway.
CrossFit. All right. Who's reading? You're reading.
Okay, would you rather PR your snatch by 10 kilos but lose 10 kilos off your deadlift, or vice versa?
I'd much rather pee on my snatch.
Yeah, I'd take the snatch too.
Yeah. Whatever.
It's a lot harder to gain 10 kilos on your snatch than
Yeah.
10 kilos
And
on
it's
your
a
deadlift.
lot cooler. Like if you do a 10 kilo PR on your snatch, like compared to 10 kilos on your deadlift, like
Yeah, 100%.
definitely. Would you rather only do EMOMs, so every minute on the minute for the rest of your life, or AMRAPs, so as many rounds or reps as possible?
I'd take AMRAPs. 100%.
Really? I would
Yeah.
always go EMOMs. I love an EMOM.
Yeah, nah. But like, thing is, you're forced to have like rest if you do the EMOM every time. Whereas you can do an AMRAP. Like, I can just chuck in rest when I want.
You're in
You
control.
know, like I
Yeah,
create a rest.
But I
in
could
there.
put a rest minute in my EMOM.
Yeah, I'd definitely take the AMRAPs.
I don't know. I think EMOMs are fun.
AMRAP too, I can just work for 20 minutes straight if I want, or 15, whatever the duration.
I could put an AMRAP within
So-
my EMOM.
No, I'd take the AMRAPs. Definitely better.
Oh man. All right, your turn.
Okay, would you rather fail a PR attempt in front of a large crowd, or trip on a box jump in a comp, also with a large crowd?
I think I would rather. I don't know. It depends on how crucial either of the mistakes are. Like if tripping on the box like lost me the workout, then I'd probably rather fail the lift. But if like tripping on a box, you know, I actually did in New Zealand like trip on the box and scraped my ankle, but then I just straight away jumped back up and continued on, so
Yeah.
it didn't really matter.
I
I don't know.
neither would bother me
Yeah.
at all. I've missed, you know, lift attempts in front of crowds. That's not an issue.
Yeah.
Probably depending on how you trip on the box and whether
Yeah.
you like smash your shin open or like
Yeah.
fall off it, like.
Or if you like, or how
Yeah.
important it is. Like, I reckon if it's
Yeah.
like you're losing
But
an
to
event.
be honest, neither would bother me.
Yeah.
One bit.
So-
yeah.
All right. Would you rather do a workout with 100 thrusters? I know your answer to this one. 100 thrusters at 43 and 30 kilos in it, or 100 burpee box jumps?
I'd definitely do the burpee box jumps.
Yeah. I think I would too. I love a burpee box jump.
Yeah. The thrusters would maybe be quicker. I don't know. I'd probably die on this triple. I'd probably get to like 60 and then it would just be like.
Yeah.
an
I think the
absolute
burpees would be
mess.
better because you could just do them
keep
all
moving.
in a row.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't really need a stop. Whereas on
Yeah.
the thrusters, like you do 20 or maybe 30 and then you'd have to have like a break. And then as soon as you stop, you realize how many more you have to go.
I'd probably just do sets of 10 as far as I could and then 5s and then God knows what happens after like
Singles.
a
You
certain
do a lot
number.
of clusters at the end there.
Yeah.
I'd do the burpee box jumps. All right, your turn.
All right. Would you rather never be able to use chalk again or never use your grips again?
This one's hard. Neither. I love both.
I would probably.
I think never use my grips again.
I'd probably never use chalk again.
Really? What about
Yeah,
if you're
I
barbell
love the grips.
cycling? You're not using your grips on a barbell.
Yeah, I don't need it as much. If I got thumb tape on, I don't like. Honestly, like if it's a heavier barbell, it definitely helps. But like light to moderate, I don't think like doesn't make that much difference.
Yeah,
to
but
me.
you can never use it again.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take it. Yeah, I love the grips. I love using my grips.
I love my grips too, but I think that you could get used to not using them. I reckon like there's plenty of
Yeah.
people out there that don't use them and build up some good calluses.
Yeah, nah.
I think that you're not going to be proficient.
Plus, the
Either way.
chalk's so. I'm sick of like cleaning up
No.
chalk in the gym. Just get rid of it.
You get rid of chalk, I leave with it. See you later.
Yeah, you're a chalk whore though.
Yeah, I love chalk. It's so good. Okay, would you rather only lift with a 20 kilo bar or a 15 kilo bar for the rest of your life?
20, obviously.
Yeah, I'd say 15. That's a terrible question. That's easy.
Sweet.
I feel like there would be some people, probably guys, that would say 15 kilo bar. They like the little skinny ones, and then it means
Yeah.
that you could put the 10s on it.
I think there's better. Like, we could have like. I'll tell you a good question. All right. Would you rather, if you could only run or row for the rest of your life, what one
Run.
would you pick? Run.
Yeah. You?
Yeah, I'll probably pick run too.
Rowing's a bit boring, and you get
Yeah.
calluses on your fingers, and
Yeah.
get to get
I
outside.
don't love rowing either, but you
Running.
know. or like bike erg or ski.
Bike erg.
I do like skiing. If I've
Bike
got an
erg's
echo bike,
easier.
I'll take the skier.
Really?
Yeah.
I still think
I love the bike erg too, but it is like I think it's out of the machines in terms of like a training tool for like getting you really fit. It's the one that does the least,
Yeah.
but it's nice for recovery.
Yeah. I think I'd. Yeah. I
But
don't
yeah,
know.
I'd take the others.
Wait, but if it's all you could do for the rest no, I still think I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. These questions are too hard. Luckily, we don't ever have to choose. We've got bike ergs and skis.
All right, I think that's it.
Yeah.
So thanks for tuning in, guys, and we look forward to our next episode. If anyone
Yep.
has anything that you'd like us to cover, reach out. We'll start having a bit of a plan of what we're going to get into in the next one, and
Yep.
we look forward to it.
And yeah, let us know about Proven. Give us any feedback that you like, and let us know about your opinions on any of the questions. Yeah, there's some good ones. All right,
Thanks for
see you next
watching.
time. Bye.